Hello, everyone. It's me, Captain Blueberry Buckaroo, aka Lancer737, and today I'm going to be visiting People's Equesters and talking more about my points that I made about G3 being connected to G5. It's not the same degree as what I was talking about with an alternate version of G4, mainly Pony Life being connected to G5. It's not like that. And I'll explain that later. But first, here's my friend code. Don't forget to add me. My friend code is in the top left-hand corner, and we're going to go right into this, unless it doesn't load. I have pressed the button, and it is doing nothing. This is a bad sign. Okay, here we go. And here it is malfunctioning yet again. It like I've said before, it's just not, if it doesn't load or load well, what it's going to do instead is have people appear and disappear on the friends list. And it's very, very, very annoying. Okay. Wait, no, we still have a few to go. That's just insane how many people are appearing and disappearing on this. But we are very close, I'm pretty sure. Yeah, last one we left off on was Dusty Knight. And don't forget to add everyone that you see whose friend code is here next to their name. Next is Emerald Cookie, which they have a really cool name. And here we go. And it looks like the next place everyone would like me to visit is Canterlot. So if anyone objects to that, please put it down below or forever hold your peace. And if you hear a cat, a very happy cat, that's because my cat Ritz is with me right now, and he's very excited that I've sat down in my bedroom, and he's rooting my leg and purring and rolling over the place. Isn't that right, Ritz? He just headbutted the phone, so that means he is extra happy. So here we go. We're gonna go check this place out. I like the look of this section right here. This could be my favorite section already. It might be simplistic, but I just love the style of it for the reasons that I normally mention. Um, but then again, this looks really cool. You got yourself a very miniature forest fort village. That looks really cool too. I like it, especially with all the snow around. Looks very nice. In fact, this is a lot smaller than I would have expected at level 96. So yeah, I'm gonna have to pick the miniature forest village fort as my favorite place. Anyway, Emerald Cookie, and I love your name. Um, I want you to have a happy Christmas and a Merry New Year. And I just screwed that up again, mixing the two first names again for both those holidays. But I do want you to have a great time. And the next campaign is coming up. I've heard there was a brand new one that we were actually supposed to get, and Gameloft is not sure why it didn't activate, and a rerun did. I've been checking out the Facebook page, and it is still very active. And I've been getting more and more comments in the Discord. LOL, you bothered to mention anything here to the mods. The mods don't care. The mods are not going to listen to you. The mods just they want to be left alone, and they're mods in title only. So Emerald Cookie, take care. We're going to move on to the next one. Oh dear. It'll either be fast or slow. All it's all where the rain falls, basically. So here we go. Here we go. Here we go. Where we go, we don't know. Next is Aunt Music. Don't forget to add out Odd Music. Aunt Music. The friend code is next to their name. Here you go, Aunt Music. Now this place is incredibly busy. This is exactly what I'm talking about. How all of our places are going to be just like this if they don't do something to expand the maps. And if you're active on Facebook, please tell the MLP Facebook fan page for Gameloft to please extend the maps. At the very least, extend the maps so that we don't have to destroy all of our stuff just to compact all the buildings. Now that being said, it still looks decent. But like we shouldn't all be forced to have one style, which is to just build everything on top of each other with no other sort of style. If I were to pick a favorite spot, it's either going to be this spot right here. I love how crazy it looks, yet still it meshes well with nature. I like this section too. It's probably going to be second favorite, though. I can distinctly tell you that it's not as cool as the first place I just pointed out, but it's cool nonetheless. Yeah, I think that's it. Aunt Music did a nice job. Merry Christmas and have a Happy New Year. And that's my cat Ritz. He wants you to have a Happy New Year too. Um, who is next? Who is next? I don't know, but I should get paid. I'm just kidding. This is fun. Well, I mean, it would be cool to get paid, but it's not like I'm like, darn it, I gotta go on these all my neighbors' places. I hate it so much. It breaks my fingers every time I go sliding the screen. Okay, Violet Night. We got another Violet one, and that is also a really cool name, Violet Night. Here we go, Violet Night. You got a donut thing going on here, almost. It looks kind of cool. I can tell you why you did it. I did it when I first played. You wanted to get to the objectives. Yeah, I don't blame you because it gets more and more expensive the more of the darkness that you try to remove. There's Pinkie Pie as a superhero. If I were to pick Elf Pony, if I were to pick a favorite spot, it would have to probably be this section right here that's on the screen. I love the style of it, especially with it being covered in snow, and I love it being on the outskirts. That's just really cool. I like it. So Violet Knight did a nice job. Merry Christmas and Happy New Year to you. And what is next? What is next on this adventure? I hope the next campaign is going to be really good. I heard it's a continuation of the Las Pegas campaign, the new one. We'll see. Going back to what I said earlier about comics, IDW being gone, unable to make any Hasbro licensed material. That means that the game's going to have even less material to pull from to make new campaigns, unfortunately. Unless they start adding G5, which I hope they do. Okay, Peachy Cake. Peachy Cake. Here you go. This place is very cheerful. I definitely love this section. Everything that's on the screen, like, yeah, that's perfect. Everything on the screen here, that is my favorite spot. I love all of it. How it's integrated with trees, ponds. You're on the outskirts of town. Beautiful view. And then you had Amethyst Star and Princess Platinum running around. Oh, and there's Star Swirl the Bearded with a evil Rainbow Dash. What do you know? We are doomed. So, the rest of this looks very nice too. Ooh, I like this section too. I don't like it quite as much as that other section, but it is very, very nice. I definitely like it. Definitely do. And there's the great and powerful Trixie herself, with her best friend trapped, having the magic sucked out of her. Not a good situation, but it does look pretty. Maybe she volunteered just for that, which would be very crazy. Okay. Peachy Cake, your place is awesome. It might be my favorite one for today. Merry Christmas to you, and have a Happy New Year. I think we'll do one more, just one more, and then I'll go into detail with what I'm talking about involving G3 and G5. Here you go, Goldie Pants, and your friend code is right next to their name, so don't forget to add them. And here we go. Now we're getting close to the zone where the game will start to make it so I'm not allowed to visit people. And it is the majority of my friends, so I'm very sorry about that. So Goalie Pants, let's see what you have done. What you do. I like the looks of it, believe it or not. I love all the different mixtures, different kinds of rocks and trees and stuff. If I were to pick a favorite spot, it would have to be this area. And I know a lot of it is how it begins when you come into this game, especially that spot with the earthen part. I know because I wanted to keep that original because I just really love the look of it. But eventually I did have to tear it down. But I, excuse me, I did get to make something cool in its place, just as cool. A miniature Dragon's Land. But other than that, excuse me, other than that, I really like this spot. And then it complements the buildings around it. Did a nice job here, Goldie Pants. I hope you had fun with the campaign, and I want you to have a Merry Christmas and a Happy New Year. Now we're going to get into G3 and G5. So when we're talking about G3 and G5, like I said, it's very much different than when we're comparing it between a different alternate universe of G4 and G5. When we say that it has connections, we mean in spirit, like the premise of things. I've gone over this before, and there are some disagreements with it, but I'm talking about very loose spirit connections. Again, all the pony races being separate, although the circumstances are very different. I'll give you that. I've said that before. And magic being absent, which, again, the premises are different. It sounds like something really bad happened in G5 to make the magic disappear, while in G3 they're just completely absent-minded that there is even magic, and they just stumble into it. So yeah, there is differences, but at the same time, it feels like a writer, possibly a fan of G3, was inspired to have some hints of G3 go into G5, kind of like how G1 heavily inspired G4 the most, with a lot of fan made canon, because the creator of G4, she and it's quite fair to do this when people have collectibles and they play with them. She created her own mythology while using G1 when she was a little kid, and she used what she made and refined it even more and added more to it to make G4. That's what I'm getting at. I'm not trying to say G4 is not, I'm not trying to say it's fanon. And that's likely what's happened here with G3 in comparison to G5. Completely different than, like I said, when you're trying to say there is a literal connection between an alternate G4 universe and G5. We're talking about out of universe stuff. Like, for example, the Punisher, Dolph Lundgren Punisher versus the Punisher Warzone movie. Now, I have no doubt a lot of people probably are not the biggest fan of the Punisher, or even come to my channel because of the Punisher. Punisher is one of my absolute favorite characters. I like him as much as Princess Luna. So, the The story in that, the fine details are different, but the premise is nearly identical to the point that it feels like, the person that was writing Warzone's like, oh, I can't come up with a story. I know. I'll take the bare bones plot of the 1989 Dolph Lundgren Punisher and I'll just use it for Warzone. He'll be a cop or have high connections to cops. He'll be hunted by the cops. Um, and oddly enough, the main cop they'll be after him is both of them are bald black guys. It feels like that they just copied it and pasted it, and both of the actors are pretty good. I pick darn it, I can't remember his name, but the actor that was the detective in the Dolph Lundgren one, he is awesome. He plays as Colonel Chappie and Iron Eagle. He's a really huge inspirational character, and he's awesome as a fighter jet pilot. He plays as the alien Drax in Enemy Mine, also a fantastic movie. Um, what else? He was in other stuff too. But he was in Half Life also as an alien, but that one was okay. The rest of his stuff is awesome. The actor that was the detective in the Warzone Punisher movie, he's also pretty cool, but he has a reputation of being killed and turned into cubes, like in the first Resident Evil Anderson film. He's the main leader of the Umbrella Corp that goes into the building, and a laser grid comes down the corridor and turns them into cubes. And then, as insider joke, Anderson in Aliens vs Predator 1 live action movie, he made that one also. Also had that guy as the leader of security for Whaling Industries, and he doesn't die, but he's caught in a predator net that's cutting into him, making a grid-like cube pattern go across the skin. It's a horrible thing to keep happening to the actor, but it was really cool to see him in Punisher Warzone because he's not being killed. And two, he had a really interesting character, but his character is nearly identical to the one from the Dolph Lundgren Punisher movie. Again, I felt like they made this a cookie cutter. They cookie cutted the bare minimum plot points and premise of how the story should flow from the original Dolph Lundgren film and used it in this, but the fine details are different. That's very much what I'm trying to say in comparison of G3 and G5. I hope that clears it up. So if there's any theories that you want me to talk about, anything you want me to talk about while I'm playing this game and visiting everyone, let me down not let me know. Let me know down below. Everyone take it easy and have a great night. This is coming out even later than I would have liked, but that's just how it is. I want you all to take care and get ready for the next campaign coming out. Peace out.